crack on and get them there a bit faster. But hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly, also known as RowRow and Kades, and this podcast is all about everything I've been knitting and designing over the last 2 weeks. Welcome. Welcome to everybody returning as always, but I do have to say a huge welcome to, my cat's at the window, to all the new people here. There is a lot of new people. I hit 3,000 followers last week, which is insane, and I just want to say a massive welcome. Let me just let my cat in, otherwise she'll just bug me at the window. So my usual podcast, I don't know how, a lot of people have come over from me doing the MCAL vlog and then the 30 ideas for your advent calendars. This is my usual, this happens all the time. This podcast happens every fortnight, so every 2 weeks. On a Sunday I do a rundown of just the things I've been knitting and designing on over the 2 weeks, and then the alternate Sunday is just something a little bit different, like the 30 pattern idea thing. I do Ravelry Russian Roulette, where I pick something in Ravelry just at random and then knit it, or crochet. What else do? I do make nines and sometimes tutorials, just bits and bobs. You will usually hear my cats fighting, although all of them are out bar the one that's just come in. But you'll usually hear them fighting, or the dog having a drink, or the dog wandering around and barging past the camera. Yeah, it's kind of, my podcast, I hear a lot from people is that it's very real, and that's kind of what I'm aiming for. It is reality. So, a little bit of housework, although I've just done some, but a little bit more housework up front. My 8-year-old son is off school today. He woke me up about 5:30 this morning crying, telling me that he felt really poorly. He has a bad stomach and feels a bit sick, so he's off school. So any background noise that you hear or any interruption, I can only apologise for. Again, it's real life. So, yeah. Last episode, this is episode 73, I think. Last episode, I showed my finished MCAL shawl, my Go Dynamo, and then while I was editing it, I was like, that looks a bit weird there, and then someone in the comments said, I think you've got a drop stitch, and she was very right. I did have a drop stitch, a very scary drop stitch. So I thought I would show you that I've fixed it, just in case anyone else seen it. Where is it? There. So the drop stitch was here. This one here. Oh, the light's bad today. Oh no, that's really bad. Right, so this stitch here, this one, was dropped. No, it wasn't. It was one next to it. It was dropped. And yeah, I had like a hole coming there, and it was literally going up into the brioche. Dun, 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 proper disaster. So, oh, how can I solve that lighting? Let me shovel. Right, so this is how I've fixed it. So I've basically caught the stitch and I've wound in, I've like sewed it into there and wound in the end, because there was no way of getting it down into this, because this goes sideways anyway. So yeah, I got it down to as far as I needed to, and then just sewn it in, so it's fixed. Because that would have been awful. Can you imagine if that had laddered all the way up? I would have cried and cried, and I'd still be crying now. So all done. I will put it away now. I have worn it with a drop stitch and not realised. So I'm lucky that didn't go any further. I think the problem is when you've got a shawl this size on your needle, it's so hard to realise that you've done anything wrong. Like, you drop a stitch, you drop a stitch, you don't notice, not like a sock or something. It's a little bit different. So it is fine now. I thought I would let you know because I can't remember the lady's name who commented and said, but thank you very much for that. But she may not, or they may not have been the only person to notice. I'm saying lady, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. No, what I'm saying is that person commented, thank you very much, but other people may have noticed but just not said anything, because some people don't. You just kind of think, oh, she'll get it. She'll figure that out. So, yeah, thank you for commenting. And if you did notice, it's fixed. So this past 2 weeks, I haven't been working on a lot, purely because I've had some socks to knit for the Knitter magazine, a new design, which I'm not allowed to show you, and they have been trouble. They have been an absolute nightmare, and I've literally only knitted on them for 2 weeks. So last night I yesterday I frantically knitted some other things, so I had some stuff to show you. So what I decided, I have been knitting on my summer sorrel though, or on like times where I just can't face anything else. I've been picking up my summer sorrel because I'm literally on the round and round bit of the stocking stitch. So I thought I'd show you my progress on that, because I have made a fair bit of progress since you last seen it. I'm surprised I'm not bald. Everything's covered in my hair. So this is my summer sorrel. That's the back. Oh, that light's annoying, and I'm really sorry because I can't block it out. Okay, I think I've solved the light issue. We've got a big thing up blocking it now. It's because I've been dealing with my son, and I normally would have recorded by now, and the sun is like in the middle of my 2 windows when I record, but it's like moved over now and it's like shining right through and just giving me a big glare here, so my apologies. So back to summer sorrel, and here it is. So this is my summer sorrel that I've been working on for quite a while, because, you know, MCAL and everything else gets in the way of me doing things that I just want to do. I did enjoy the MCAL this year, I promise. So I think everybody and their dog knows what this design is, don't they? But this is by Wool and Pine, and it is a top down. It's covered in fluff. What's going on? It's a top down yoke tee. I say tee like that because mine is done in 100% merino. It's a merino single, so it's kind of fluffy, so it doesn't feel like a tee. It feels like it's like a warm, like it feels like it's something like that. It might be a bit warm, I don't know. I tend to do this. I knit tees in alpaca and stuff. I'm a bit loopy. But yes, I'm getting there. I did think I was done on the body, but apparently I've got a few more inches to go. The last time you see me, I was, where's it gone? Where the willy is. You can't see it as a willy, can you? You think I'm lying? Yes, so I was where the willy is. So I've done a fair bit since you last seen it. I just want to get done now. I get very bored on this section where we're just going round and round. I know a lot of people find it relaxing, and in its defence, I do, like, some nights I'm like picking it up because I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered to like use my brain, so I just pick that up, and it just doesn't seem to grow very fast, and so I don't know, I'm just getting a bit like, oh, come on, skip to the end. But But I've literally got like a few inches left to go, and then I think it's an I-cord edge, you know, because it's an I-cord edge around the neck, which makes me feel like it's going to flip on that bottom. This is choking me today. If it does, I'll put a ribbon, because I'm not dealing with that. But, and then I corded around the sleeves. I don't know, I could be totally lying. It took 3 skeins. This is my 3rd skein. So this is Merino Singles by Lovehandyed, which is a local yarn shop, and he does his own hand. I think he dyes them. I'm not actually 100% on that, but that's his yarn. You can only get it from him, Lovehandyed. I think. I'm not very good today. This is called Icy Blast. So it's like a very cool blue. Cool as in, not cool as in he's wearing shades or anything. Right. So, yeah, it's warm and fluffy. I don't know how it's going to be. This is reverse stocking stitch, but you do knit. You kind of knit it inside out. So you are just knitting around and around and around. You're not purling. So don't let that put you off, because it was kind of putting me off when I seen the pattern. I was like, oh, all that purling though, and I don't mind purling, but hours and hours of purling is not appealing. But it's not. It is knit. Lovely Davine from my patron and Discord said to me it is. She's done one. She said it's knit, so that made me do it. It's really pretty. There you go. That's summer sorrel. I don't really know what else to tell you about it. I hopefully will be wearing it next time you see me in one of these. We can only pray, can't we? We can only hope and see what happens. See what happens. I have a lot of secret things coming up, and it's hindering me. So that is that one. I'm just going to get a tea. I do apologise for the mess all around my desk, but there's a mess. I am intending on getting it sorted very soon. The next thing I've been working on is my Broken Wings shawl by Locatelli. I'd only done a little scrappy bit of this, and then I kind of put it down. So when I picked it up again yesterday, I had no idea where I was. I did figure it out though, and I'm hoping I'm in the right place, because I'm already at a corner. And it seems like that's quite fast to go into a corner, but it could be a funny shape. I don't know. So last time you see me, I was at the Battenberg. And I'm here. So, right. Broken Wings. In her photos, like, you can see so much of it, but you just can't see all of it. You can't see what the pattern... I had no idea that I was going to be doing a twisted rib. Like, you can't see that in the pattern. But there it is. And I'm doing it right. And I remember lovely Mackenzie, who is another patron and another Discord member, and she'd said that she's knitted it, and she said, oh, blah, 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 the twisted rib, though. And I was like, twisted rib? And she would say, yeah, surprise. Like, there's a twisted rib. You can't see it in the pictures, which I think is a bit like, come on now. We need to know what we're knitting. We need photos, please. But it's still beautiful, and I feel like I'm kind of on a mystery shawl. Let's put it that way. Yeah, because I'm not entirely sure what's happening now. But it is, I have got a corner there, it's turned, and it's coming back. Oh, this is awkward. It's coming back this way. So you do a little picot edge as you go around, and it's got this pretty zigzaggy lace going on, and then obviously now this twisted rib has come into it. Yeah, it's getting there. It's growing. Yeah, so this pattern, for some reason, I used to always be written instructions. I couldn't, charts would just make my mind boggle. And then I knitted Pink Fizz. That's my other cat, hang on. I knitted Pink Fizz by Andrea Mowry, and it was literally charts or go away. There was no written. Whether that's changed, I don't know, but then that's what it was. So I was kind of forced into doing the charts, and it, like, I'm not having a go, because it forced me into doing the charts, and it made me better at chart reading. And then after that, I've always just gone to the charts, then I find it easier. However, for some reason, the Broken Wing Shawl, I cannot follow the chart. I just keep getting lost, and I don't know why. I do think it's me. I don't know why, but I cannot follow the chart. So I've been following the written instructions, and it's working okay, but when I was following the chart, I was making no ends of mistakes, and it was a right mess. So now I'm doing the written, and it's a lot better. Yeah, so it's going all right. I am using Lockwood Fibre steel colourway. This is 100% merino, which I bought in the bargain bucket in a yarn show, and thought was sock yarn. And then I brought it home and was like, oh, it ain't. So it's going to be this instead, but I love it. I really love the colour. And I'm going to keep ploughing through. This is one of my make 9, so I want to get it done. What have we got to the end of the year? 6 weeks. And I'm supposed to be knitting. I've got a pair of socks, 3 more jumpers. I don't think I'm going to finish my make 9 this year. It's not looking good. But yes, I've got Christmas socks I need to cast on as well and get knitted. So that's my Broken Wings shawl anyway. And then finally, this is the only other thing I've been working on, but this was literally like from the deepest depths of my whips pile, is my Volturi Palace socks. Does anyone even remember these? So basically, many moons ago, I can't even remember when I started, the bag that they're in, I bought, funnily, and oh, my cat's attacking the blooming thing I've put up to, can we not please, to stop the light from shining on me? He's like, oh, this is good. So, yeah, this bag I went to, funnily enough, Salou in Spain. It would have been 1.5 years ago, and then they live in there. So I'm assuming I started them about 1.5 years ago. Maybe a little bit less. I'm not sure, but they're living in here. So I have one done, which I finished about 1 year ago. So this is the Volturi Palace sock. This is a pattern by Rachel Coopey. It had been on my to knit list for ages. It's an old pattern. Volturi Palace is where the big nasty vampires live in Italy in Twilight. Is that right? Is it Twilight? Bella and Ed and all of them dudes. It is, isn't it? All of them dudes. Bella and Edward and the other fella. The werewolf guy. What's he called? Jacob. That's the one. Them. Volturi Palace is where the nasty vampires are. And that's what these were based on. And they've been in my queue for ages, not because of Twilight, but because I just thought there was such a beautiful pattern and I really wanted to do them. And they do look like a very suave building. So this is the finished one, right? So you get like this like fake cable thing going on. You've got twisted rib, you've got pillars, and they have like mini cables, bits of garter. And then it's there, obviously, the bottom. You've got a little bit of a Fair Isle bit on the toe. And then the heel, although they are taupe, the heel looks like a heel flap and gusset, but it's, I think it's a Flegel heel, if I remember rightly. I can't probably remember. And then the pattern goes all the way around, and then you get this, like, checkerboard bit at the top. And then the cuff. Yeah, and I really like them. But in my mind, they're just not an easy knit because you're doing a lot all the time. And you do have to read the pattern all the time, pretty much. So it's kind of, it took me ages to finish that one. And then I had about this much, like that bit of this one on the needles yesterday. And I was like, right, come on. So I got quite far, I did this. Which, believe it or not, so you do the toe and then you do the Fair Isle bit, and then this is one pattern repeat. So it's quite extensive. This is all charted. There is no written instruction. So we do need to read the charts. There's only two sizes. There's a 66 stitch and 74 stitch, I think, and they're knitted on 2.5mm needles. I am knitting them in a scrappy mini that I had from a winter solstice advent by Botanical Yarn that I won. I have to admit, I love this mini and I wish I had it as a full skein. Can you focus, please? No, just stay focused. Right. Are we focused properly? No, I don't think you are you? It's like, oh, that's just my green. I just love it. It's like a sea glass type green. It's just so pretty. Really, really love that colour. Wish I had more of it. Don't know what it's called. It's just from Botanical Yarn. And then I have, I'm tangled, hang on. I have this, which is from Nervus Fibre. This is her Haar colourway, H-A-A-R, which is a fog that comes in on the east coast of Scotland and a little bit of the northeast of England. We see it sometimes where I am. Yeah, it's just a big fog that comes in from the sea. Haar, and that's what this is. I don't feel like this is focusing very well. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I need to crack on and get them there a bit faster. But so I said that part of the reason it was putting me off knitting them was because it takes so long. But that, from that little titchy bit there up to there, minus maybe 4 rows that I've done this morning while I was like seeing to my son. So all of this here took me an hour and a half last night. That ain't long really, is it? So I'm kind of thinking, shut up and grow up. Do you know what I mean? Get on with them. Stop blooming whinging about them. Get them done. It's been in my whip pile for too long and I want my bag back. So yeah, and I want some toasty socks. So that's it. I literally whipped those 2 things up yesterday because I was like, I've got nothing to show you, because some secret socks. I don't know where they are, but I can't show you anyway. I'm working on secret socks for a magazine. A magazine. Yeah. You alright? Do you want to say hello? You haven't been on here for ages. She won't let me hold her for long. But here's Fion. You all know she was the absolute head case kitten. She has calmed down a little bit, haven't you? You're much nicer now. Now she's a big girl, because she's 1. I can't believe you're letting me hold you this long. Oh, it's lipstick. I know I don't normally wear it, do I? Oh, I know. That's what my partner does. Ooh, lipstick. Ooh. So I don't wear it often. Anyway, that was Fion. She's a big girl now, and she's much, much nicer. We actually get on. If you're new here, look up my short about Fion, because honestly, she's an absolute head case of a cat. And she was a tyrant when she was a kitten. She tortured us. Oh my God, she was awful. Like, to the point where if you were in the kitchen doing something, you'd be going like that, because she would just throw herself at you and all claws, like, cling to your back, and oh, it was terrifying. She's much nicer now. I actually like her. Yeah, she's a beast. We have 3 cats total, so we've got Mr. Pickle, who is out. He's an old man. He's like a grumpy black and white tuxedo cat who, yeah, he's just grumpy. He's currently out. We have Fion, who is 1.5 now, I think, and then Dax, who is 7 months, who is a big ginger tom. He's going to be massive because he's huge and he hasn't finished growing. He's only 7 months. And he can't meow. We talked about changing his name to Meep, because that is all he does. Is meep, meep. Yes, so that is the 3 cats. And then we have a big dog, Sansa, who is an old girl. She's 11. And she's very noisy when someone knocks on the door. So that is, yeah, that's what we have, and two fish. Live stuff, I'm going to move on to live stuff because I do have a little bit of an update. Obviously Rowan is off school at the minute. Terry has his mock motorbike test again tomorrow. It was cancelled last time. Ow! Because of the rain, we had flooding in the area, so it was cancelled. So it's just his mock, it's not his actual exam. But hopefully if all goes well then his exam will be soon. He had his hernia operation, it must be 6 weeks ago now, I think. And he's very much on the mend. His belly button looks loads better. It looks really healthy. And he feels he's able to ride his bike now. So they say 1 week for driving a car, a bit longer for a motorbike. That's all I've told him. So he's waited 6 weeks. I think that's enough. So it was 8 weeks full recovery. So yeah. What other life stuff have we got going on? Lots. Caden is looking at colleges because he leaves school this year. Or next year. So we're going to see a college tomorrow. I've got a busy day tomorrow. I've got to take Terry over to his mock exam, or test I should say, and then Caden to the college to have a look around. Yeah, it's just busy, and Christmas is coming, and I find Christmas very, very, very stressful. I wish I could just enjoy it, but I haven't for a long time, like a lot of years, which is quite sad because I used to love it when I was a kid, but now it's just figuring out where we're going and then how I'm going to get Terry there. And then I should explain to new viewers that Terry is my partner and my children's father. We've been together a long time, 18 years. He has really bad anxiety disorder, and as a result is practically like, what's it called, agoraphobic, so he barely leaves the house until he's always been really interested in motorbikes, and so we ended up taking a huge risk and getting a motorbike for him, and it was like the magic switch. So the freedom and getting out and about on a motorbike is the magic button that he needed. So he's now going through the process of getting the license to be able to ride a bigger bike. So yeah, what was I saying? Yes, it's always the stress of how to get Cherry to these places. And my parents live about 45-minute drive away, and it's their turn for us to go there this year. And I'm really stressing about how I'm going to get him there, because he can't really ride his little bike. He's not going to have the license for his big bike. His little bike, it's not safe enough really for the big roads. So he needs the big bike, and he's not going to have that test done by then. So yeah, I'm just stressed. I'm stressed, and I've got a lot to do and a lot on, and it doesn't feel very nice. I have a lot of secret knitting coming up. I've still got one more thing to do for Simply Knitting, and then I've got a new project which I cannot tell you anything about at all, but my deadline for it is the first week of January, and I've got to do a fair few things. So I can't tell you anything, but it's gonna hinder my knitting a little bit. But I also have Christmas knitting to do, which I can share, because I don't think any of them watch this, and if they do, stop watching. You're not allowed. So I've got Christmas knitting to do. It's only 3 pair of socks though. I've already done one thing. I know, I'm gonna now. So yeah, anyway, I'm waffling on, and I'm sure it's quite boring. I think this will be a very short one, which is probably why I'm waffling, to try and like make it at least a bit entertaining. I don't know, maybe this is just not entertaining in the slightest. I have to say, 3,000 followers, I will sort out a giveaway, because that's huge, and it's already at 3,035 the last time I looked, so it's just like going up and up and up, and I'm like, whoa, hello, hi people, which is amazing. I will sort out a giveaway. It might be in the new year though, and I know by then I might have more, I might have lost them all, I don't know. But I will do a giveaway. It's just I need to get through Christmas and New Year, and then, because I'm just, my brain is like, oh, I've got this and this and this and this and this. I'm just, there's too much. So give me a minute. We'll have a few more episodes, but then maybe I'll combine it with like, oh no, I was going to say episode 80, but that's weeks away, isn't it? That's months away. I'll sort it out. I promise. I will. So I'm going to shoot off and see you in the next one. A few people mentioned that they wanted a DK version of the pattern ideas. So I might do that next week. But I'm also hankering to do another Ravelry roulette. And I've got a lizard to crochet. I need to do that. I've also got a yarn review I have to do. So we'll see what happens. Something will be slotted in next Sunday. I'll figure it out. Right. I'm going. Bye.